now to take a look at your full storm tracker forecast. It's a refreshing Friday, and I hope we get to enjoy today because it's not going to be refreshing.
No, at least you can get outside today, Rob.
Yeah, you can get outside, you can enjoy it. Yeah, it's a little windy out there, but temperatures much more easier to take. The air does not feel heavy, and there's no rain out there. There's the view from Malta. A little bit of a breeze out there, kind of a mix of sun and clouds. Took us a little bit longer to get into some of that sunshine this afternoon, so temperatures were a little bit lower. The last couple of days, yes, of course, yesterday sticks out as one of the hot days, but aside from that, really hasn't been too bad. Different story going forward, though. Look at by the end of the weekend and into next week, temperatures well into the 90s, perhaps challenging long-standing record high temperatures. But it's not just going to be the heat we're talking about. We're also talking about the very high levels of humidity. And for the forecast heat index, we're going to send it outside to News 10 ABC meteorologist Jordan Dew, live with the mobile storm tracker. Jordan, these heat index temperatures, they're going to be downright dangerous next week.
Yeah, Rob, it's not going to be a joke. So we have to get outside and at least enjoy the first half of the weekend before we really start to feel that oppressive heat. Not only are we looking at temperatures, as you mentioned, getting into the mid-upper 90s, but we're also looking at dew points to get into the low 70s. And when you combine both of those, that's when we really talk about the heat indices, right? How hot it feels outside. So here's what we're looking at for Monday, and this is really just to start the week. Take a look at that. Around 1 o'clock, so during the peak heating hours, Albany's forecasted a heat index of 106, and that doesn't stop there. Take a look. We're still forecasting heat indices just above 100 all the way further south in the Hudson Valley through Hudson, Kingston, 99 for Saratoga, and even 100 for Glens Falls. And even as you move further towards the east, Bennington and our other Vermont counties, heat indices are going to be in the low to mid 90s and still going to be feeling that oppressive heat all throughout the Berkshires. So here's why we focus on the days where it's high humidity and also high temperatures. Take a look. Low humidity, the heat doesn't normally bother us that much, right? The sweat is able to evaporate from the body, and our cooling system that our body naturally has allows us to cool faster. But when you're dealing with the high humidity and these muggy temperatures, the sweat evaporation slows everything down. So that moist air really does limit evaporation, which makes us more uncomfortable. So of course, as always, it's always best if you do find yourself a little bit susceptible to the changes in heat and also this oppressive heat, which you're not alone, definitely best to take it easy. And Rob, I know we're going to send it back inside to you because we could have a couple of days like this coming up next week.
Jordan, thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. And it all starts on Sunday. I think heat index temperatures on Sunday could be well into the upper 90s, close to 100. We're over that on Monday and on Tuesday. This is the National Weather Service heat risk for Tuesday afternoon. We're in that extreme risk through the Hudson Valley, but even outside of that, major risk at that high level of heat and humidity combination. So it's one of those stretches of time where you do want to limit your time outdoors if you can. Stay hydrated, take plenty of breaks if you do have to be outside, and of course try to find a nice air-conditioned place to cool off. 77 right now in Chatham, 74 in Colony, 71 in Cobleskill. Mother Nature providing her own air conditioning across the region today. 68 in Peru, 71 in Williamstown. Off to the north, a little bit cooler up here. 62 at Inlet, 68 Indian Lake, 70 Broad Alban, 78 in Queensbury, and 76 in Granville. So today, windy, cooler behind that cold front that moved through late last night. Overnight tonight, we'll see these clouds here kind of drift on through. Might get clipped by them. We'll turn partly cloudy. I do think we'll turn partly to perhaps mostly cloudy on Saturday. That's as this kind of stationary boundary moves overhead. And that's going to set the stage for eventually a very big warm-up for the second half of the weekend. The heat is building in the middle of the country. That will be arriving here by Sunday and carrying into early parts of next week. Notice the temperatures right now well into the 90s to close to 100 degrees. I did just peek at the dew points as well. They are in the low to mid 70s, so it's not just the heat, it's also the humidity that's heading our way. Here's the futurecast tonight. Partly cloudy out there. Again, there's those thicker clouds to the south and west by tomorrow morning. So I do think we'll start off with at least a little bit of sunshine. And then as the day wears on, kind of in and out of the clouds. We will see some sun throughout the day. Can't rule out a stray shower or downpour late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Good package of energy late tomorrow night into early Sunday morning, passing by to our north. All the guidance today does keep the worst of this to the north and east of us. We might get clipped with the tail end of it early Sunday morning, and then by Sunday afternoon we should dry things out. We'll turn mostly sunny, and temperatures on the warm side. High temperatures for your Saturday, low to mid 80s. High temperatures for Sunday, upper 80s and low 90s across the capital region and into western New England, and that is only the beginning. 60 degrees for tonight, partly cloudy, comfortable, less wind out there. Tomorrow, we're up to 84 degrees, a touch muggy in the afternoon. Clouds, a little bit of sunshine, chance of an afternoon or evening shower. Sunday, early day thunderstorm is possible. Then we should clear out pretty quickly. 93 in the afternoon, 96 record-tying degrees on Monday, a lot of sunshine. Again, same thing on Tuesday, 95. And then the second half of next week, we do turn a little unsettled. Still warm, still muggy, and with a frontal boundary close by, there is the chance for thunderstorms Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. Lydia?
Thank you, Rob.